Imagine for a moment if there was a president who really hated the American people, like really, really hated them, and wanted to harm the people as much as possible, really make them suffer. What would a president like that do? Well, one thing that a president like that might do is impose massive tariffs on all imported goods, because that would greatly increase the price of goods that Americans purchase. And not just the price of imported goods, but also the price of goods that are manufactured here in the United States, because a lot of those products rely on foreign raw materials and component parts in part of the manufacturing process here in the United States. So those components and raw materials would be more expensive, thus making American products more expensive. And by the way, it would also increase the price of American produced goods, because there'd be no longer the same degree of price competition that there was before, freeing up American companies to raise their prices. Since the price of their foreign competitors has gone up so much, they can raise their prices. So across the board, it would greatly increase the price that Americans are paying for things. What else might a president who hates the American people do? Well, he might institute a mass deportation program where he rounds up and then kicks them out of the country, millions of people who produce the food that we eat, who pick the crops, who work in the dairy farms and meat processing plants. And what would happen then? Well, one thing that would happen is shortages of those products, because you don't have the people to produce them, so there will be shortages, and there will be drastic price increases. You know, a lot of you Trump supporters voted for him because you were upset about the price of eggs. Well, a president who hates the American people and does a mass deportation program is going to greatly increase the price of eggs and milk and cheese and butter and vegetables and every damn thing else. It would also greatly increase the cost of housing, because a lot of those same people that you're rounding up work in the construction industry. And so you'll have fewer people working in the construction industry, and there will be less supply of houses. And we already have a horrible housing crisis with too few houses on the market. And that problem would only be exacerbated when you round up and deport millions of people who work in the construction industry. So yeah, that might be something that a president who truly hates the American people might do. So now they're paying more for all the goods that they consume, the food that they eat, the housing. What else might a president who hates the American people do? Well, he might drastically cut the programs that they rely on for income, like Social Security, and drastically cut Medicare, where millions of older Americans get their health coverage. So those are just a few of the things that a president who truly hated the American people might do. And those are all things that Donald Trump has promised to do. So MAGA, you made a big mistake. You think this guy likes you? You think this guy's looking out for you? This guy hates you. In fact, this guy treats you worse than he treats the rest of us, because he's constantly scamming you people. He buys $15 sneakers from China, has them spray painted gold, slaps his name on it, and then charges you morons $500. And like the fools you are, you pay for it. But make no mistake, he hates you like he hates the rest of us. And because of your stupidity, we're all gonna suffer. Good job, morons.